All right. THL Friday Night Fights. How y'all doing tonight? This is Saku. Got a
And this,
brand new caster tonight. We got Dankest Dad. He liked it so much. Played on stream last week. Liked it so much. Came back. Said, I want to cast. That's what he's doing. How you doing, Dankest Dad?
doing well. Happy to be here, Saku. And looks like we've got an exciting slate of matches today, and it'll be fun to enjoy it from the casting desk instead of from the match. That's for sure.
Yeah, no pressure this time, right? It's just all, what is he doing? What all kinds of comments we can throw in there. That's not right. That's what we like to say. Joking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all in
We got
good
some
fun.
Absolutely.
So tonight we have two matches. We have one that's coming up in a few minutes. Here we got Mojo Powell, who's representing our good buddies. Wow, I can't even think of what their team acronym was again. Moha, I think it was.
MUOH.
Yeah, so MUOH. I had the wrong people up there, so it was messing me up. So we have MUOH versus F2L, which is Judo Chop is representing that team. So both players at 2-2. Currently, if I do a quick refresh on their team results so far going into tonight, it's 8-3 for MUOH Hearthstone. So
Yeah.
this one's going to set the tone for the rest of the weekend. So if Mojo Powell comes out with a win, that pretty much locks it up for that team there. So they kind of need a win with a 1-3 record coming into week. I think it's week 5. Yes, week 5. So, but
Definitely.
did you want to go over the classes and figure out what type of bands here? I'm just going to talk to the players and make sure that they got their bands going on. And
I think so. And just from taking a look, I think we probably are going to see the usual double rogue ban. The class is just so versatile right now and has so much potential power in the poison game plan and the thief game plan. It's just very, very hard to build a lineup that can exploit that. And I'd expect both players to take it away. The only thing I will say for that, though, is that both of them brought Hunter, and Hunter can do some work against Poison Rogue. I expect Thief just based on both constructions, but Hunter, I think, is going to really play interestingly on both sides.
Yeah, so depending on, we've seen a couple variants of Hunter coming out. Beast Hunter was one there, I think, last week. That was interesting. I don't think it won, but majority it's been good old Face Hunter from way back when. So
yes,
and we do have bans that just I missed it. It's you're right. It's a double rogue ban, which makes a whole lot of sense. So
all right, then in that case, I think that we can maybe look for the Hunter mirror as the pivotal moment here. I think that for Judo Chop especially, that's going to be a very important matchup. Demon Hunter and Paladin can be tough. I think Hunter usually has slight edge against Paladin, but with these open class selections, Mojo Powell may have made some adjustments.
Yeah. The closed deck list certainly changes some of the dynamic of how you tech it. Just like a tournament, for instance, it's a little bit, you get to see what your opponents bring in, so you have a good idea how to queue. So what you're looking at. So
yeah.
Just letting the players know they could start. And what's the other thing we got to look for, which is, just basically for their eyeballs. So just for our viewers out there, we're going to have bottom of your screen is going to be Judo Chop. So, and at the top of your screen is going to be Mojo Powell. Now we're just waiting for eyeballs. So you think it's going to be a double Hunter start?
I don't know if it will be at the start, but I think that matchup is going to come up. I think we're going to see the mirror at some point in the series. Demon Hunter from Mojo Powell looks like a really strong bring here. And while it's going to, assuming it's a fell build, struggle a little bit against Paladin, it should do very well into Shaman and Hunter. So I think that that's really going to be an area where Mojo Powell can capitalize.
Mhm.
Yes, those different decks here, they accomplish different things, but both of them really could be the key. Going to be the Hunter Mirror, and then how those different decks can really fare into the Hunter and the Paladin, respectively.
All right, so both players are in, and don't know if it's a spectator bub, but let's type in to Mojo to make sure he's got spectate on.
Wow. Looks like we have a good start from Judo here.
There it is. Okay. All right. Okay.
I like the mulligan choice.
So which for Judo Chop?
For Judo Chop,
Yeah.
I like mulliganing one neophyte away, and it looks like he has a pretty good curve into Mojo Powell, but going second's hard.
Trying to get the graphics or the cameras fixed up so we're seeing who we're supposed to be seeing. So good thing you called double Hunter start, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I think I think honestly that, given anyone who wins the first match usually has a leg up, I think this one will prove especially important. And that Trog Initiate start is so good here.
Yep. It's going to cause a bunch of issues. Not like the original start of it, but yeah.
I think this is probably going to force a coin here out of Mojo Powell, out of Judo Chop. I think the neophyte's kind of necessary to keep up. And that's exactly what we see.
Okay. Mojo gonna break out the Wolpertingers. I wasn't sure if he was going to trade with the neophyte or not, but 3 against 1 is always better.
Yes. Well, I think on this turn here, I think personally I like the Demon Companion Neophyte, but the aim shot play also is good. Oof. And I think that decision too, going face, is smart.
Mm-hmm.
But just that player one initiative here is coming in so clutch for Mojo Powell. Right. So Saku, what secret would you choose here?
It's a tough one because they're all crappy. I guess Open the Cages might be one, but yeah, that was... If he attacks into something, then yeah, Pack Tactics, if say this Demon Companion comes out with that rush, just decides to take one of them out, at least it'll be a 3/3 Wolpertinger versus a 1/1. So
definitely, I think all the choices there come with a little bit of risk and tough, but this double Rhino draw from Judo Chop is very strong, but we'll see if Powell can find a freezing trap and reset things here.
Oh, there's a freezing trap, so I'd like to see that one. I was going to say, do you take out the 3/4? I'd almost...
Yeah, I think you just remove it, stay ahead on board, and keep pushing with your minions.
Yeah, I was almost tempted to say just push the Wolpertinger to face and then go, kill one of your Wolpertingers and then make him touch that to get a 3/3, but...
Yeah. Very smart play here from Judo Chop, but I don't think this is going to work out.
There we go.
A little bit unfortunate here.
Yep.
Since the True Aim Crescent removes the minion, the Cult Neophyte does not get to attack, and the freezing trap remains active.
Yep, that's going to be a little sticky.
Yeah.
With that Rhino coming out, he's going to be a little bit more hesitant. So
Yeah. I think this one is looking very good for Mojo Powell at this point. Demon Companion just shores up the board even more. And with the Freezing Trap, it's going to really take a good roll off this Demon Companion to swing the game back. Let's see.
there it is. Nothing.
And unfortunately, it's never Refa.
Nope.
So Judo Chop makes the right play to proc the trap here, but just with the minions and the hero power, I think this is locked up for Mojo Powell.
Yep. Yep. Turn 6. Well, technically, turn 7.
Well played.
Yes.
Turn 7 lethal. There we go. There we go. Mojo Powell opening it up for his team. Going up 1-0. So this is a conquest format, so it means that Mojo Powell cannot use Hunter anymore because he won with that class.
Yes. And now things are, even though it's only one game though, things are looking a little tough for Judo Chop. Normally, Hunter is just not able to get through Demon Hunter. I think that according to HS Replay, that matchup is about 80-20. It's a real hard one.
Still got 20%.
Yeah.
You're a numbers guy, so.
That I am.
All right. So we're just waiting. So the best class to queue up right now for for Judo is definitely not Hunter. Would you go Shaman here?
Well, I think in this case, Demon Hunter and Paladin left. I think, we see the Shaman. And Mojo Powell has the Q right too. If this is foul, they're favored, but oof. Wild Paw Cavern is big game for Judo right now, and it's actually the aggro elemental build. That's a Gyre Worm.
Yes.
I think looks like this is going to be a pretty interesting game. I wonder here what the keep is on the other side. Seems like we have some standard Fel. There's some card draw, Fel Barrage for the board, Eldrazi Warblades. Comfortable way to start, but that Wild Paw Cavern is going to present some problems.
Yep. Certainly agree.
I think Judo probably has to keep the Cavern, but chooses to go with the Frostbite. Oh, this is the Ice Revenant build. So I can say, Saku, I actually haven't seen this list in action before, but the numbers really do speak for themselves. Like, Ice Revenant has been a very, very serious force on the ladder in the Diamond ranks, and like Quest Warrior, it's been very, very great for players outside the peak of Legend.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen a lot of this deck?
To be honest with you, I have not. So I get to watch the fireworks. So.
Absolutely. Oof. Difficult turn.
Yep.
I like the hero power choice here. And Taunt Totem is actually great.
Yeah, it stops any funky shenanigans.
Because just playing a minion there into Fel Barrage is a bit of a poor proposition. And using the totem lets you either develop the Ice Revenant or 2 minions this turn.
Yeah. Double Ice Revenant.
Yeah. And this navigates pretty conveniently around Immolation Aura and Fel Barrage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
a big 4/5 there for what was it, 2 mana?
For 3.
3, sorry.
Oh, no worries, and it's going to stick. It looks like. I don't think Mojo Powell can actually clear this off.
But in some chip damage.
Yes.
Oh. Keep that Ellie train going. But there's nothing really big outside of the Felgorger that could come down. But
yes. Well, Skull of Gul'dan looks like it's just a little bit ahead of schedule for Mojo Powell.
And with that number 7 card in the middle.
Yeah, the expendable performers are just going to block that outcast.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is huge. This is the coin there is nice, but I think that I really like Frostbite in this spot for Judo Chop. This could be a big chance to swing things back.
Yeah. Big Frostbite. Gets that 4-3 buffed.
Yes. And
do you play the Arid Stormer here? Or
I think I like what Judo Chop's looking at here. If the Sleep Breaker doesn't stick, cycling a Wind Chill onto it and getting the extra damage now seems like a very, very interesting choice. Yeah, that's an excellent play from Judo Chop. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Just look at this. That the Ice Revenant is going to get to crack in again.
Yeah. Caster Vision gives us a little bit of happiness.
Absolutely.
And with the buffs on the spell cards, I shouldn't say buffs, but the
increased cost.
Yes.
Yeah. Although I'll admit it, I'm a risk taker. I'd like to think that even if I didn't know, I think Judo Chop is a kindred soul in making that sort of play. I think that those are the ones that get you where you need to be.
Ooh.
And unfortunate there with losing the Illidari Studies discount, but that's some big damage coming in.
Yeah. Looking at potentially 8, depending on if there's all right.
I like the Custodian Whack-A-Null Hammer. Very aggressive here.
3/3 chance to hit the nope. All right.
It does not, but hitting the Sleep Breaker is pretty good. I think that keeping it out of range of Immolation Aura forces a little extra work out of Mojo Powell. But Talented Arcanist is a big top deck.
I bet you can do this.
Did handle that crappy 8/4 guy that's hanging around the board.
Definitely, but what's interesting though is that Mojo Powell actually does not have any healing on hand at the moment.
Yeah,
and that little bit of extra reach might see a way for Judo Chop to set up lethal over the next turn or two. I think I would probably go with Arid Stormer, Swing the Hammer, Cage Match Custodian, and Hero Power.
Yeah.
Or Scourge.
Maybe there's a Doomhammer in the deck too. All right.
Just a Whack-A-Null.
Yeah.
Frostbite being held, or okay, all right.
Yeah, I think you sort of have to, but this expendable performers looks very, very good.
What do we got? So is this 5/4 that won't handle the 2/5, but with your hero power?
Yeah. Well, those are big demons. Kurtrus puts them out of range of burn.
Here we go.
And let's see.
Some thick bats, or we're thick.
Yeah.
This is from a Judo's Lily Pad Lurker. Obviously, is going to come down here, I would think, on the 7/2.
I'd say so. I think though that it's a very hard turn because the question is, where is this hammer going?
Yeah.
And
They had to hit first, obviously, before you threw that lurker down. So, ooh, there's a good skull.
Yeah,
Do we have any healing out of it? Ooh.
Oh, Eldrachi plus Fury and double Fury.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that you just take the heal and
Yeah.
aim for the face.
Yeah.
This is
Ooh, he's taking it out. Okay.
yeah, that's it's a little bit less risky, but I think I like the prospect of setting up a 2-turn lethal. But yeah, knowing what we know is in Judo Chop's hand, though, it's going to be very, very hard for him to get through another weapon swing from that Eldrachi and the 14 HP that are still there.
Yeah. Oh, he does have the discount, so he's got enough mana to. Yeah, he's gonna. Pretty sure he's gonna die. My math is. He's got 14 on the board exactly.
Oh well.
Yeah, so I think this is a done deal for Mojo.
Yes. All right. So as the game winds down here, it just seems like while Shaman into Fell Demon Hunter is usually difficult, I do like Judo Chop's Bring. I think that the Ice Revenants are probably one of the better threats Shaman has access to that can actually stick on the board and maybe get through some of Fell Demon Hunter's early removal. So
yeah, I would agree. So interesting bring for myself, and you've seen it on the upper half of the ladder. So
yes,
Mojo not going over crazy, like nice fella he is.
Yep. This gets exactly what he needs. Nice.
2-1 or 2-0 there for Mojo. Rocking into the next match next.
I think it's going to be a tough question for Judo Chop what to bring here. I think that the way that Judo Chop built Shaman, it actually probably doesn't line up the best into a Paladin deck. So I don't know if we'll see it here, and we don't. We see the Hunter.
Hunter versus Paladin. So it's just a hope to get to face before Paladin starts using the Librams.
Yeah, I like the keep here, but unfortunately, Judo Chop is not going first once again, which tends to be very difficult for Hunter in a board-centric matchup.
Yep.
We'll see how Mojo Powell navigates this hand. I think that's a full toss back if I'm in that seat, and it's exactly what he does. And that Libram of Hope will come down soon, and what an excellent find. All right.
Let me work my magic.
All right.
Bold play from Judo Chop. The 2-mana buffs are common, and unfortunately, Mojo Powell finds one. But the Trog can still essentially trade for it, though. Tough spot.
Hero Power or Hand of a Doll.
Very difficult. I think that you still need to play the Hand of a Doll here, and as much as it hurts to give your opponent another Trog,
Move quickly.
and that's what we'll see from Mojo Powell. Picks up a Mr. Smite, and unfortunately that's not going to help very much. And, wow, yet another Trog.
Its brother comes out. Hello. Yikes.
So
Mojo's hand is not very good. So now.
I think in that spot the value trade might have been a bit more a bit more secure in keeping up pressure from Trogs. With only one on the board now, I think that Mojo Powell might be able to get away with playing this Noble Mount. I don't think there's really much of a choice there. I think he just needs to keep up.
Agreed.
Mhm. Although,
To have a 3/5 presence on there.
definitely, and even if the 1/2 that gets summoned can just ping off the shield, getting the 1/1 Divine Shield afterwards could be a huge help. And
Mojo's opting to hang tight.
yes, and another Trog Doggy Biscuit. Just putting on so much pressure. And now, timely draw. That's good to have, but at this point now those Trogs are summoning too many.
Mojo opts to hold. Double aim shot in a Warsong Wrangler. Wrangler definitely going to come down.
Absolutely, and I'm expecting to see that Rhino come right out.
Rhino or... Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Wolpertinger is just a bit slow, plays a little bit worse into Cariol and the Aldor Truthseeker, and Judo Chop's on the ball.
Yeah.
And now Rhino gets to come down and eat this delicious taunt minion.
Throwing one to face, which is not ideal, but...
Oh, you get 8 courtesy of the rest of the board, and...
Yep.
Oh.
It's...
Now,
Yep.
even the Libram of Hope here, though, it's going to help bring Judo Chop back, or Mojo Powell back against Judo Chop, but these multiplicative Trogs. I think this is the point where Mojo Powell says you can have a whole board of them. They are not equal to an 8/8.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll flood the board for you.
Yes. Guardian Odd Merchant is a pretty nice pickup. It protects the largest Trog here.
Sacrifice.
Judo Chop is sending those shots right to the face. Well, this one might be a bit controversial there, but I think that the Guardian Odd Merchant was probably the play to ensure that Judo Chop got the most burn.
Mm-hmm.
With that hero power there, you have essentially a 2-mana deal 2 card that you only get one of each turn. And Judo Chop chose to use 3 mana to deal 3 and leave that for later. So, if he'd sequenced this differently, he would actually have lethal here. He would actually have been able to aim shot and hero power this turn for exact lethal.
Right, not having to worry about any taunt shenanigans, right? You just go right over top with the...
Exactly.
Oh,
And it's still close. Mm-hmm. There's still a quick shot here, but if Mojo Powell is able to produce any healing this turn, then
I don't...
Still pull it off.
You can still, like, Liadrin wouldn't give him anything.
No healing here.
Yeah.
I think looking at the hand, the only chance would be to play Stonehearth Vindicator and find a hold the line if it's in the deck. So let's see if Mojo Powell has it. Oh, and it is not hold the line. Looks like Judo Chop is going to take game 3.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
Game 3.
So that's interesting. Mojo Powell's Paladin still has to get through, so we'll have to keep an eye out to see if hold the line was a possibility.
All right, so that brings the score down to 2-1 for Mojo Powell. Do you think another Paladin comes out or a Shaman? I don't know if Shaman is going to be good enough to power through. Well, like Mojo had a very slow start, so that's one thing, and going against Face Hunter with a slow deck, you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see the Paladin come out here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Judo Chop trusts in his Shaman.
Okay.
Let's see.
The Shamanators coming out.
Oh, and this is a great start for Judo Chop, but that's a great start for Mojo Powell on the other side. Knight of the Anointed, Cariel, and Devout for a taunt as well. That's a very good looking hand. I think we'll see a mulligan away of the Libram of Wisdom, but in Mojo Powell's seed, you can feel very good keeping the other 3 cards. For Judo Chop, I think you have to mulligan away Wind Chill, but Wailing Vapor is very good. And would you keep the Arid Stormer here, Saku?
Yeah, I would have. I think you're on a
State your case.
you're on a roll. Would be able to at least tap some of any minions that Paladin throws on the board a little bit.
Definitely. Yes. Well,
But
looks like both players have very strong starts, so we will get to see both decks really do what they're built for. Right.
May the light grant you
Knight finds the Libram of Wisdom. Oh, and there's the Stormer. It's back for more.
it peekabooed.
Yes.
Right.
Early Wind Chill.
I was gonna say freezing a
Interesting.
1/1. But I guess anything that gets buffed on it's not moving anywhere for a full turn.
Right.
So
Yes, and Paladin's larger minions do have taunt, so Wind Chill won't help a deck like this really get through and push damage. So maybe cycling for removal or value options like Wild Paw Cavern could really be the play that gets Judo Chop to the finish line. All right. Alliance Bannerman comes out. Oh, a second Broomstick. Oh, and there's the Cavern. Every time it looks like one player has a draw that's going to let them pull ahead. The other is just finding what they need right back. I think for Mojo Powell here, the Murloc along with the Broom seems like just a good play to swing back tempo. It's exactly what we see.
get rid of that Arid Stormer and the 3/3.
Yes. Oh, Granite Forgeborn. I think it's always the Cavern here, but that is another great option.
Mm-hmm. Cavern, yeah, okay. Kind of like the Cavern a little bit better, but I understand the discount. So
Yes.
discount for next turn. So.
All right.
Comes from within.
Well, Hand of a Doll. Noble Mount would have been a devastating draw, but
I cannot wait to read these.
fortunately for Judo Chop, Mojo Powell did not hit that. Right. Lady Liadrin.
Get a prime in there. Ooh, Fireworm is take out the 4/2 if they wish.
Yes, I think that's what we're going to see. We'll probably see all of the elementals here.
Yeah. And then the elemental, the 3/3.
Oof. We're swinging for the fences.
Okay, so taking a wind chill. I'm cool with that.
Haha.
Freezing that.
You know, I'm starting to think that there is a Doomhammer in the deck. I'm convinced that, there has to be some burn or extra reach here based on how aggressively Judo Chop's playing this.
There's a 6/7.
Well,
2/4. Okay.
looks like Ice Revenant. That's a good find. And things line up so nicely sometimes.
Does.
Yeah, just 3 damage off lethal, though. Very close.
Do you freeze the 4-2? Get that 4-5 building up.
Interesting. I think it looks like we're going to see some protection of the 7-3. What does this wind chill find here?
That wind chill on the 4-2 would be pretty.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it.
Or,
And
yeah, I was going to say put it on the 2-1, but that 4-2 would end up taking it 7.
oh, Canal Slugger. Could just be. Wow. That is actually. Well, the 8-9, though, that actually gets through the Libram of Hope with Canal Slugger.
True. So
This is still a game. I don't. Oh, well. Needs to sacrifice the minion there to get that little bump in stats. But a Frost Spell here. Oh, no.
Oh,
wow.
buddy.
That's lethal.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
lethal for Judo Chop.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Say Slogger with that lurker. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That is incredible. Great move.
Difficult matchup, but Judo Chop fought through it.
Holy moly.
All right.
Well, I heard you guys chanting for it. This is THL's Game 5. So Judo
Yes.
Chop bringing it back from the dead. It's going to be a Paladin Mirror.
Yeah.
Like we predicted, I think. No, we didn't.
Well, you were clamoring for it before the broadcast, so
I wanted to get it over with. The first match of the game would be fine. Now this is all if Judo Chop brings Luther Paladin, obviously.
yes. Well, there are more Paladin decks though besides Libram. And well, it looks like that's not what we're going to see. Well, there might be particular choices that each player has made to adjust their deck for potential matchups. Do you think that there are any adjustments that we can expect?
Adjustments?
Yeah, to the standard list. I mean,
Yeah,
I know.
Other than Captain Eat a Lot, the name is escaping me now, and I don't know why.
I like that better than
No.
Mutinous. Yeah.
So that guy comes to play. I think if they have one of them in their deck, if they teched it that way.
Yes.
Now, a Trog early on. Ooh, boy, okay.
Yes.
May the light
Oof.
grant you peace.
So
Is mine.
interesting to see the Trog start instead of Aldor Attendant, but this does punish a whatever holy spell Mojo Powell drew, which in this case is Hand of a Doll, and that lets Trog trade evenly into the Knight plus hand. So smart heads up play from Judo Chop. I don't think we'll see a Broom here, but I would expect probably a Hero Power here from Mojo Powell.
The Broom.
Oh, that is an interesting option.
So that turns. Yeah, I guess there's really too many to get rid of it.
Yes, and no.
Seems a
Well,
little strange, but, yeah.
I think so too, but Judo Chop here can keep up the pressure, or just go into a coin Bannerman and Bannerman again the next turn.
Why?
This,
Because we can't.
well, this is just so many buffs.
Yeah.
The sheer efficiency of this is just through the roof, and coming turns are going to be very, very good for Judo Chop. See, another minion. This is 5 more buffs.
Really? It's not too heavy.
All right. Then,
All right.
unfortunately for Judo Chop, though, there's no immediate answer to this Cariel. So we'll have to see if he can find one. Of course.
Wait a second. Let me check my back pocket. Yes, I do. Yes, I do have a broom.
Mhm.
True strength comes from within.
Oh, and that'll work.
Wow. Okay. I was going to say, do you buff the broom? Of course.
Keep it in play. All right. And Aldor Truth Seeker, of course. Another Libram.
No discount yet, but
It is
It's
right
coming.
there in hand on
Yeah.
that 3/5 undrop. Aldor Attendant. Come in and make things a little bit less expensive.
I cannot wait to read these.
by almost half.
True
It's not a
strength
BOGO,
comes from
but it's
within.
a discount. Buy one,
Yes.
get one.
It looks though like
Ooh, you rip it
still
again.
coming up a little short.
Yeah.
I think here you probably have to just go with a Knight of the Anointment and sit. But instead, we're going to see another Libram of Wisdom.
Do you sit tight or do you hit it?
I think you sit here. Samurai's a little bit scary, but
Little time.
I don't think you can play afraid of that card. Lord Barov. Oh.
May the light grant you peace.
There's another Libram. I think we're probably going to see the Noble Mount here too.
Yeah. Are we holding the bear off until we're like a Liadrin kind of falls, or
I think it depends. I think if Mojo Powell can make a push to set up a lethal, we may see the Barov early, but otherwise, I expect it to hold until he really needs it to just stay alive.
bear off broom hold? I guess.
Yes. Oh, that's a game changer
Oh.
there.
May the light grant you
Speaking of discounts,
May
I
the
only want to
light
take damage
grant you peace.
a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the curve is real for Judo Chop right now.
Yes, the Alliance Bannermen really set up some strong turns here. But oof. Oh no! Buckle your seatbelts, folks. We're
That's-
going to be here for a while.
Yeah. So if your Cariel is 7 and you have 7, you play that 7.
That is good advice.
I learned that from many, many moons ago. There it is.
And I wonder what we'll see here from Judo Chop.
Late
think-
Liadrin just to throw us off.
Our hardships only strengthen.
All right. So here's where the grinding part comes out, where we have
Yeah.
pretty much full health players with late Liadrin, or not Liadrin. Jeez, I got Liadrin on the brain, but no Cariel.
Yeah. I think from this spot, I like Judo Chop's position just a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think that the Barov in hand with the broom actually is a bit of a liability now for Mojo Powell. Since Barov is not the minion that you want to be buffing with your Blessing of Queens.
Mm-hmm. Now we haven't seen all the deck yet, so there could be a weapon tech, weapon breaking weapon. I can't even think of the card now. Why am I blanking out? See it so many
Rust
times
Rod
online.
Viper.
There you go, Rust Rod Viper. So thanks for the help.
Oh, no problem. I think, though, that weapon tech probably isn't going to be the deciding factor in this game. I think it really will come down to which player can get the most mileage out of their Lady Liadrin at this point. And usually I find that whoever cracks first is usually the one that is not walking away victorious. And right now, that's all Mojo Powell has for pressure in their hand. And like if you look at this on Judo Chop's side, you have Hero Power, Alduar Truthseeker, and you can just set up
camp and
yes. Plus that Varian is going to be a big factor as well. That's another reload. These Libram of Wisdoms are going to just add up.
So with Judo being at 9 cards and 14 for Mojo, is there any...
Fatigue is a consideration, but I find that this matchup usually will yield to the pressure. Like the Liatrins just generate too much value and can go too quickly for the fatigue to really set in and play a major role.
I think every time Mojo hits that hero power, he's crossing his fingers it doesn't hit Bear off.
Yes, and well, we have this humongous broom.
Yeah.
But now the Broom Barov combo is offline. And here we see the pressure. Now, Cariel's shield is going to come in handy here in keeping Judo Chop alive, but oh wow, a broom as well. I think Varian though would probably be my choice here. Cards in deck be damned, just keep up as much pressure as you can.
Might as well get that card out of there before you lose.
Oh, and those devout pupils are
beautiful to see. You slap both of them down, or?
Knowing what Mojo Powell's hand is, it seems like it might not be a great idea. But I don't think you really need to think about it. I would just, if I were Judo Chop, I would play them. But this might be where we need to see the Barov.
Yeah, agreed.
That 13 health breakpoint for Varian is very crucial here, and a Varian of Mojo Powell's own. I think that changes things.
That hero power is looking mighty tasty as well. You hit that and you get it on Varian and play Varian. Yeah.
Absolutely. Plus that if that does add up to 13, which is our magic number. And I don't think anything Varian draws can usually... Well, there's nothing that costs 2 mana, and at this point, any Devout Pupils are going to be 0 mana, so... Yeah.
Running out of time.
Okay.
I think Mojo Powell must be mulling that Barov. Yep, and here it comes. Yep.
50-50 chance, and did it land? No. What? I think he's okay with that result.
Oh, definitely. Oh, and a Barov of Judo Chop's own.
He seemed to be having mirrored cards every draw now. So
they're tied together.
Yep.
Nice clear.
Truthseeker.
I'm going to throw the book at you.
Yep. Well, that Libram is a little bit sad that it doesn't get to heal, but it does present another awkward breakpoint for Varian.
Yep.
I think we'll probably see both Libram of Wisdoms go there.
Running out of time.
And that we do.
The one that has the bubble gets the buff.
Second Libram. Up, and it's Liadrin again.
Liadrin is just hogging all the 4/4 buffs. Ooh,
That is
there'd
a
be
17-19 Liadrin.
You want big
Oh,
Liadrin? There you go.
The Murgur McGurgle is back. Right, and we'll see the taunt minions get cleared off. But that 10-10 into the 9-9 is looking very nice right there.
Yep. Seems like an easy choice.
Oh, Judo Chop is eyeing that Barov.
Yep. And this Samuro.
That is what's a big risk. Plus Broom. Okay. I'm guessing here that Judo Chop must be trying to set up a Blessing of Queens onto Samuro at some point.
He bursts his bubble on the 10-10 and then the Trog.
Yeah.
13,
Running
15.
out of time.
Well, interestingly though, the Samuro from Mojo Palo can actually clear if the Blessing of Queens goes the right way.
Here comes Samuro. Here comes Samuro.
Well, we need to see that Blessing first. And it does not hit. It's once again hitting Liadrin. So, using the Samuro here to save 5 damage is just very tough. But oh, no more spells there for the Vindicator. But that Liadrin is gassed.
To have a 21 Liadrin, it's just whoops.
Yeah.
For the Alliance and my family.
Alright.
Oh, we got the Samuro hit. And it looks like we'll see some more buffs on Takariel, and we'll another point of chip damage.
Yep.
Now, interesting play here. See the Samuro come out, and this just gives Mojo Palo the option to essentially take 4 damage to nullify this Samuro. And is there?
Did he get his?
I do love
He didn't get
See,
any heals yet. Wow.
no Librams. That's there's one. Now, I think that I would probably have hit the Samuro with my weapon if I were Mojo Powell, because this Liadrin play sets up a potential clear. Because Samuro into the Divine Shield minion can actually really turn the tide, since that Frenzy proc is still active.
Yeah. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so that's so it's a poke.
Well, we won't see the Noble Mount. I think we'll see. Well, we could see Noble Mount Liadrin. I think that's probably how this is going to go. Noble Mount onto Cariel and then the Liadrin.
The answer is here.
Saddle up.
And this one's not quite as big, but still pretty formidable. So how many Librams of Wisdom do we hit? Looks like we're seeing 6, and 6 plus 7 is 13.
Wow. What a great match.
Yeah. Both players are pulling out all the stops here. And now I think Judo Chop sees it.
Yeah.
Running out of time.
He's
go.
Get that bubble.
Well, he doesn't even need to pop the bubble with Cariol. I think that's a little bit of missed damage there. Because the Frenzy ability would have cleared off the Devout anyways. So, in a different world, Mojo Powell could be at 9 health instead of 12, and this Cario could still have a Divine Shield. Yep. Well, maybe I was a bit too presumptuous, Saku. Fatigue could be relevant now. And this,
I think you gotta heal face right now with the amount of.
I personally like healing the minion there.
Yeah. Okay.
Keeping it around after, because what clears does Judo Chop have left? That has to trade, and if you can force a Noble Mount into a 5 health minion, that's a big win at this stage of the game.
Do we get to see Murgurgle come out, or is it a Bannerman?
I think it's Murgurgle here, but maybe the Bannerman does make an appearance. Oh, and he does. Oh, Mr. Smite is back.
And 23 to 23. All right. Yeah, 23 already hit. I forgot.
This Noble Mount here is huge for Judo Chop. Looks like you.
Good.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I like that play. This is. It's just interesting here what sort of trades you might want to make. Right? Do we see the Noble Mount here to protect the Samurott, or a Hand of a Doll?
Noble Mount it is.
All right. No. I think in this case, Mojo Powell seems to have regained the upper hand here. At Mr. Smite, might just be able to be what he needs.
Yep.
So it should allow a clear of the 8/8, and then if Mojo Powell can clear the board here, the path to victory looks clear.
Does he see it? I know the Murgurgle is obvious.
Right.
Yep, 14, that's 7. Another 4 is 11. So there's. Yeah.
And there are a lot of Librams in play. Those Noble Mounts will come in too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tanking, bopping the bubble, and then.
Yeah, I don't think you can use face here though.
I was just what to say. Do you use Smite to?
So. I will have to check my map here, but I think that this means that the Librams of Wisdom can buff the Warhorse to finish things off. And Mojo Powell also has to work fast. Yeah, I think the Warhorse plus the immovable object is enough.
So, see if APM has taken an effect here. No, he got one off. Did he clear the 6/5?
Yeah. It's not enough. The Warhorse with Librams is just good enough.
Really hold your own.
Judo Chop got there.
Yep. So, making sure he's got it all right. Got enough mana, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't think the board states were conducive to it this time, but one of the big secrets to beating Cariol is to, make sure that you're utilizing an odd amount of attack on your minions in your and your damage sources just to maximize your damage and minimize the effects of a movable object. But
So, doing his math, making sure 5 hits for 3.
yep, it's more than enough. Plus, that Hand of Adal is an extra 1 damage as well.
Ooh,
It is ample damage.
there it is. You have your winner,
Wow.
Judo Chop.
Judo Chop comes back. Reverse sweep.
Amazing sweep. So great match with both players there. Mojo Pal just fell a little bit short trying to get those take care of business on Judo Chop's side. So
Yeah.
wow, that's a crazy match. So
Very-
we typically do an interview with the winners of the match, and I'll see if Judo Chop's available for a quick 2-3 minute, and then we'll move on to the next match.
Excellent.
See if Judo's available. So the next match is going to be Wild 9, who's representing the Mancrix Multiple Wives, going up against Memnarch, well-known player, or they're both well-known players, but Memnarch very well known for the Wild series. He's representing everyone's a winner. So we're going to get to that in a sec. Judo is good for an interview, so
Excellent. Let's bring him on.
hey, Judo Chop, congrats on the win tonight. Seemed to have a little bit of bad luck early, but good luck in Game 5, bro.
Yeah, the reverse sweep. I didn't know if I could do it, but I knew like my decks in my lineup were capable.
Absolutely. You really showed us some good stuff tonight. So, was there anything in the lineup that you really thought was going to be key and help you get through Mojo Powell?
I think you saw in Game 5, it was really came down to the Paladin, and a lot of it was just RNG. Like, I was lucky enough to have all my late game cards in the late game. I don't know about him, but
Well, you had all 30 of your cards. You found them all. So
caught them all.
exactly. I thought that the Shaman list that you brought was an interesting choice, and those Ice Revenants, Saku and I were saying, lined up very well into the Demon Hunter. Is the Freeze Elemental Shaman a specialty of yours?
Without really much, it's the same lineup that I brought pretty much every week. So yeah, I just enjoy that deck. The Ice Revenants, really, I've never like played it out like that, and it worked. And I was kind of scared, but
Well, you navigated it well, and that was pretty awesome to watch you find that lethal against the Paladin with the Lily Pad Lurker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Any favorite moments yourself during these 5 matches you guys played?
I would just say, feeling like after losing the first 2 matches, like the entirety of the rest of the match really felt like it just happened over the course of 1 second in my memory. Just everything happened so fast.
Yeah.
And I was almost just like in. When you're hyper focused on something,
You're in the zone.
The world,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed those 3 wins, and I knew F2L, if we're going to be a contender, that I need to put up those numbers in the 5 seed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that brings you guys back up with the 4 points. That brings you to 10 to 7, if my math is correct. So 4 for the win tonight, and then Mojo gets 2 points for his team. So it's still an uphill battle, but you gotta
tightening the gap.
That's right.
Yeah. It's excuse me?
Yeah, go ahead. It's just...
No, I was going to say it's been fun.
I was going to say, if you had any final words for the viewers there before we let you go for the evening?
Definitely shout out my mom. Shout out Pasca. Shout out Bruto. Shout out, the whole F2L team. F2L. And of course, shout out Heroes Lounge. If you never played HOTS, Heroes of the Storm.
There you go.
That's the place to do it.
Awesome.
Well,
go ahead, Dane.
I was just going to say congratulations again. And, if you had fun playing, I think we had probably almost as much watching, if not more. It was a real pleasure. Thanks for coming on, Judo Chop.
Yeah, thank you so much for streaming. I know it's not easy. I know, it's a labor of love, and,
we enjoy doing it as long as people enjoy playing. So,
absolutely.
All right, buddy. You enjoy your night,
right.
And we'll chat soon.
Cool. Thank you.
Take care, buddy.
Congrats again. Good one.
All right. That brings up our next match, which is Wild9 and Memnarch, as mentioned before. Judo Chop signed on, so I'll just get their match popped up here. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, I'm going to throw the deck lists up there so everybody can see. If you want to rumble through those, we already know what the bands are. It's begins with R and ends with E.
Oh boy. So that's interesting. Well, given these deck lists here, I'm actually a little bit surprised that Wild9 ended up banning the Rogue. His lineup actually looks built to. Oh, sorry.
My bad.
Oh.
I thought he banned Rogue for some reason, but Wild9 banned Mage and Memnarch banned Rogue. So
that makes a lot of sense. Like looking at Wild9's lineup with the triple Trogs, the Viper in the Thief Rogue, even the Viper in the hand buff Paladin, Wild9 just looks ready to take on a Poison Rogue. And, I think that Memnarch brought that, and Wild9 found what he was looking for. Memnarch actually isn't even playing the version with Wildpaw Knolls. He's foregone those for a self-sharpening sword instead. So having difficulty contesting Wild9's early game is going to be a frequent problem for him.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, though, Memnarch's Druid list is one that I want to bring some attention to. I've actually never seen a build of Ramp Druid quite like this, but the 2 copies of Spammy Arcanist and the Ironbark really can make things hard for an aggro opponent. And with Wild9 essentially bringing all aggro, I'm really interested in seeing how that Druid list pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Usually aggro tends to get the leg up on ramp, but maybe Memnarch can flip the script.
So we'll see what they can do. We got Wild9. Sorry, I'm just setting up cameras right now, so Wild9 is busy bopping to whatever tunes he's got going on. But both players are ready to go if we're ready to go. So
right,
that would be right. So we got Memnarch, who's going to be at the bottom of your screen first to spectate, with Wild9 be at the top of the screen there. So we're going to have Memnarch on cams as well. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it. So we got great players here, so we'll get the guys going. They're ready.
Problem. I think I actually still need to grab the friend request from Memnarch so I can get in the spectate. So
okay,
we'll be ready to go in just a moment. Hoping, well, I don't know if we'll see it, but I'm hoping the series goes to 5 games too. That last one with Mojo Powell and Judo Chop was great. So
Yeah. But this goes to game 5, which we always like. So again, this I forgot to mention that this is a Pro Series. Pro Series still has the Conquest format, so it's player wins with the deck. They can't use that class anymore.
Any key matchups you're looking forward to in this set?
To be honest with you, I didn't look at it closely enough, but like you mentioned with the Druid, it'd be interesting to see versus the Hunter, maybe?
Yeah. I know personally, I really want to see how this priest list does that Wild 9 brought.
True.
There we go.
Memnarch's added, yeah. Just doing the bands on screen here for the folks to see and for me to remember. Being that I'm the second oldest guy in THL. So.
Yeah.
At 50. Oh my god. That's old nowadays.
Well, you've almost got me doubled, but not quite.
Doubled. Now I feel real old, buddy. It's all good.
Well.
Alright. So just waiting for the players to kick in here.
Alright. Well, it looks like they have started up.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have first. Oh, we have the Hunter against the Priest.
Just what you wanted.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this. So, I think here, looking at Memnarch's Hunter, he's actually foregone a lot of the traditional board-based choices that we've seen in Face Hunter, in Fractured and Alterac Valley. The card that's missing that really stands out is Ramming Mount. While still running 2 copies of True Aim Crescent, Memnarch has cut Ramming Mount for the list and instead opted for Cult Neophyte. And we'll see if that pays off. But Wild 9 looks to have a very powerful start here, though.
Yeah.
Defias Leper is just going to take over.
Taking care of anything that has 2 health.
Yep. And the second one to back it up is, once again, just brutal.
Yep. And look at that. It has 2 health. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's got a...
Well, I think here we'll probably just see the second Leper. And now, do we think that... how do we think Wild 9 plays this? Because where this Leper goes is actually really up in the air.
It is. Yeah, I was just about to comment of more of, do you take care of the 3-1 right now?
So, I think from this position, I actually really favor clearing off the 1-1. But
because of the buff? Yeah.
Because of the buff. But I don't think there's really a poor choice at all. So, yeah. This is nice. I think that Wild 9 found a good way around that because here that Doggy Biscuit produces another Trog.
Yep. We all know what Trogs do.
Yes, that was a very good line from Wild 9. Well, I think realistically here, Memnarch probably needs to trade into the 3-1 and cycle that Doggy Biscuit. But it's Wild 9's Priest deck is already doing exactly what it's supposed to, and it's really punishing Memnarch for the anti-combo deck choice.
Yeah. Oh. Memnarch just figuring out what
Goes
to do.
for the biscuit. Yeah, and he's already just so behind.
Yeah, I don't think he has a choice. I think he's...
No time for games.
Yeah. I think you have to trade into the 3-1 or a Trog. But
I'd probably
even
pick
then,
a Trog. Knowing you got Piercing Shot in hand to maybe handle it.
Yeah.
But that's a big if. But
So here we've seen Another leper. And then do we see the attendant? We do.
Oh boy.
And now the damage starts to pile on.
Yep. Here's the opening.
Yep. And you can't even afford this Warsong Wrangler here. Now, let's do some quick math. I am seeing another 13 damage coming in from just the board with the hero power for another 3.
Yep.
So that puts Memnarch to 7 right now.
That Rhino is really, well, it's going to be on turn 5. It's not really doing much with the rest of the board, so it's probably going to center focusing on the attendant, I would think.
I think Bloodfeather hero power onto the minion seems like a strong turn.
Yep, I would agree.
Oh.
Or does he?
Oh,
I see what.
Oh, interesting. Protecting the attendant.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yep. And then we see the tour guide. So Wild 9 forgoes a little bit of extra damage against Memnarch to protect the attendant here. But yeah. The Rhino just is not going to do it.
Nope.
Looks like we will be heading to game 2 shortly.
I wasn't sure if the leper was actually able to go face, but it is. So.
Yep. Any target. It's a shame that so many classes have some very powerful mid-sized 0-mana minions, because I think we would see a lot more priest in standard if were to change.
All right, so chalk up a win for the Wild 9 guy. Fellow
Yeah,
San Francisco 49er. So,
oof.
if anybody watched football.
Yeah. Well, I got to experience living just a few blocks from the stadium at college.
Nice.
Only got to a couple games, but it was fun to see the Niners once in a while.
You watch NFL yourself or no?
Well, I don't know if you're going to kick me off the broadcast at this point, but I'm actually a Patriots fan.
Hey, no, it's okay. I'm okay with that.
I mean, I think that's about a third of THL, but, you know, what can you do?
Go with the flow, buddy. You just go with the flow.
Here we have the Poison Rogue against the Paladin, and man, like Wild 9 just really pulled out all the stops in this one. Like I know Memnarch has the Shank, has a cutting class, but with the pack mules, the Righteous Protectors, even actually having the main deck Viper, like I just in the Cariel at the end, I think that Memnarch's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to beat this. I think Memnarch can probably just sit on this hand, but tough draw for Wild 9.
Ooh, some 4/4s.
Yeah, but there is the Viper.
Do you just wait? Right? I would hold on to that for as long as I could. Just make sure that if that Shank comes out, then I'm waiting for all kinds of buffs.
Exactly. I think that with the Cariel in the deck, Wild 9 just has to kind of take his time and get there. But unlike a Libram Paladin, there doesn't really seem to be much healing except for a single copy. The only healing is a single copy of Hold the Bridge. So, which, wouldn't you know it? It's right there. So I think we'll just continue to see this slow roll from the players. I think that we'll probably see a Hero Power followed by a Hero Power Noble Mount from Wild 9. But the Noble Mount might be better saved for a taunt minion. Oh, second Cloak for Memnarch. Here comes the Shank. Now, do we think Wild 9 just runs out the Viper?
I don't think so. If we're, I don't know, this is me playing, I would wait for at least another buff or two to pump into it. But
definitely, I think that turning off the cutting class is the big consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And with one already used for a good price, I don't know if I think if Memnarch uses this cutting class to play around the Viper, it's probably the right choice.
Yep.
Because you have to read that with such a slow start from Wild 9, he has something good in hand that he's not playing.
Something's brewing. Oh,
Nope.
there's a Mutanus.
Yeah, when I had seen the list before, I was questioning it a little bit, but looking now, it's very strong because as long as it finds one target, that Mutanus is going to really hurt Memnarch's chances because either the Viper goes and Cariel gets to keep her immovable object, or the Guild Trader is gone and the Garrote combo in the end game is much less potent.
Yeah. So timely Viper.
Oh,
Another
shank.
tank. Yep.
But yeah, that cutting class not being able to draw 2 cards for 0 mana here is
that's
a
not
bit
bad.
tough. Oh, great draw with the Silverleaf Poison. Interesting. So, I guess in that situation, that hit. Oh, the preparation saves it. He can. So, an interesting choice there. Memnarch could have used preparation and Sinister Strike to essentially draw 1 card, but it seems like wants to hold on to that preparation for something bigger.
Yeah, because he's not interested in doing anything cloaky right now because he's not really threatened with anything. We got 6 on the board right now.
Yeah, unless there was some sort of mana efficiency issue. But I think here, if I'm Wild 9, I probably just want to slam the Battlegrounds Battlemaster. I think that forcing Memnarch to spend resources removing it is really big game. And with Scabs coming up soon, I don't think it's going to be able to do anything until at least turn 9.
Yeah.
So getting the full tempo out of it right now seems like a very good option. And that's exactly what Wild 9 elects to do.
Getting 8 and 10 damage in right now.
Yeah.
Knowing Rogue can't heal.
Mm-hmm.
Can hide, but it can't heal.
Exactly. Although there is the 5 armor from Scabs, so they can heal a little.
Come on, man. That's armor. That's not heal.
Yeah, and looks like Memnarch might have missequenced a little bit there. That Swindle only drew 1 card with both minions in hand. We'll see if comes back to haunt him.
Rep with poison. Now he's going to go hide.
Yep. And I think here, the Wild 9 actually has perfect information.
Yeah.
And knows that a minion's in hand. So I think we're going to see the Mutinous come down.
I was just going to ask that last turn. If turn 7, if Wild 9 doesn't see much action, he's going to assume that there's...
Well, he knows for sure the Swindle didn't draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
So he's getting one of them, so it's definitely coming out. Very, very heads up.
Trader?
And gets the Viper, which is honestly just as good in the long run. If
with Mutinous being...
Right. So, well, Scabs here can't even be done because now Mutinous gets the Guild Trader as well. But, yeah. That puts Memnarch on a fast clock. And Scabs also resets the Viper, so I don't think that's happening. I'm guessing we're going to see the Cariel from Wild 9 next turn to stay alive. We'll probably see a Cloak here, and then Cariel will come down. So if I were Memnarch here has to spend the cash. I think actually playing Guild Trader or playing the Sinister Strikes might have been the way. But
I was just going to say, do you Sinister Strike did he hit? I can't remember if he hit or not.
He already swung the weapon,
Okay.
so I think you might need to use the Sinister Strikes to play around Cariel, and, well, Memnarch is hoping that Wild 9 just doesn't have it. But as I learned last week, Wild 9 knows when to have it, and he's got it right here.
He's gonna just
He's a good player.
bring
Right.
out the old 7 mana
Yep.
hero power or hero card.
Yes, and I think that will probably force a Scabs next turn, and chewing through 23 life won't be easy. I think Wild 9 must be deciding whether he would rather play the Varian, but Cariel's going to win out.
Yeah.
Hardships only strengthen our resilience.
Do you play
And
a
no-
Trog?
I don't think it matters. I like playing, because what does Trog get back? You're trading Trog essentially for what minion is Trog? It's the Mutinous, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good play. I think that the Trog there is good.
No, I think. Yeah, because everything now is all half, so that Sinister Strike is now 4 damage he's got right now. The Garrote. Garrote is nuts. Maybe we're hoping that Mutinous will wash out,
Well-
and it didn't.
Well, playing the Trog exactly made that happen. So
Yeah.
I think at this point, Memnarch is actually forced to trade the Guild Trader, because if he chooses not to, Wild 9 has the Mutinous on deck. And that's what we're going to see, I'm guessing. Or even Viper here. Both of them are great options. You can't do both, though.
Yeah.
I think the Mutinous probably saves more damage in the long run. But the Viper denies the card draw. I think I would probably lean more toward the Viper if I had a taunt minion in hand, if I were in Wild 9's seat, but
Right.
yeah, we'll see. Yep, Mutinous to take the Guild Trader. And I think here we'll probably just see the Silverhand recruits to make more targets for hold the line.
Knowing that there's no more hiding.
Yep. So let's do some math. So Wicked Stab is 2 damage, becomes 3 next turn. There's 2 Wicked Stabs in the deck still, so that's 4 damage. The Garrotes are 3 damage each if they draw all of their cards, and then the Sinister Strikes are 2 each, which is 14. And the Tusk is another 3, so that makes 17 damage.
Oh,
And these will be enough connecting to make 21.
wow.
So if Memnarch can hit everything, it's still enough.
And Wild 9 doing the math for our streamers there, so he's got that puzzled look. Does he have it? Oh, Cutting Class coming in big, and there's one little. Oh my goodness! So
Oh, that's it.
that's it.
Looks
Yep.
like the Poison Rogue is going to get through. I really liked the game plan Wild 9 had in the deck, but wait a minute.
Hold on,
There's the
does he
bleed.
have it?
There's the bleed. It's there.
we go. Okay.
Now it's done. There also still were 2 draws off the weapon. Oh, okay, just in time. he was Memnarch was messing around a little bit.
I think he had to make sure he
Yep.
kind of paused.
21.
For a sec.
Yes. Wow.
There's math, kids.
All right.
Keep doing math in school.
That's right. If you study it in college, you can use it for card games instead of your job.
That's right. Playing children's card games. Think of that.
Hmm.
Fine.
Well, I think now this matchup is blown wide open. Even though the score is even at 1-1, Memnarch beat the target. And we'll have to see now if the Druid and the Hunter can get it done. I think that the Hunter will probably have similar struggles to the one it had against Priest, but man, it's really anyone's game.
100%. Memnarch being undefeated so far in Pro Series, 4-0, says something about his play skill. Obviously, very well known in the community.
Absolutely.
But he should know a thing or two about Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Alright, match 2. We got Druid versus Paladin. So Wild9 keeping Paladin.
Yeah. And I think it's hard to say whether this or the Hunter would do best in this matchup since the builds are so non-traditional.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like Memnarch's hand, though. And I'm not sure if I can say the same for Wild9. Double Net of the Anointment is good, but I just don't know if it generates the early pressure you're going to need to contest this Overgrowth.
Yep. One of my favorite cards that I've seen is the Abominable Lieutenant there. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to put in a lot of work in this matchup. Even though there's only, I think, one copy in Memnarch's list.
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, it definitely can come in and contest Blessing of Authority. Oh, and Wild9 finds the Cariel. So I think here we probably see a pass or this into Guidance. Okay.
Ward or Bloom?
Or Overgrowth again. Wow. Overgrowth into Malagos is not the worst. I think yeah, the Bloom makes sense, but are we gonna Overgrowth right now? We are. Nice.
Okay, we're Druid. We can do anything with our mana.
Yeah. All right. I think that the 3 mana left to respond could be a bit of a problem here, but
yeah, he's blooming it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually insane if you think about it. We have this hero power, and if Wild9 plays a single big minion, then I think he's in a spot of trouble.
Yep. Oh,
okay, so we see the Pack Mule.
Yeah, so the Pack Mule, for our viewers out there, if it's an upside down card, which this one is, if they play it, then we have to respec, but because it messes up the caster view. I'm going to jump out real quick.
Okay. Do the same.
Then come back. And then we'll blame Wild9 for putting in that buggy card. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of having Mule in the deck from a caster's point of view.
Wild9 expertly avoids playing into the Abominable Lieutenant, so I think here Memnarch might have to go fishing for an owl. I don't think the Lieutenant is really enough into this sort of board. Let's see.
Ooh.
No owl, but
buddy, U10 is. Guess the weight.
I think it has to be the choice. Yeah. No, the no owl find is just brutal though. Oh, spammy Arcanist. So.
That's a middle card, so
Run low.
less it is. And is it less? No, it's the same.
Nope. Oh.
Sad Memnarch. Oh,
yeah.
There's another chance if he wants it.
Well, he gets to draw the guff for sure, but so Memnarch is being sneaky here. So I know that I'm sure Memnarch is aware that there are other two health minions on the board, So I don't know how much that attack is going to do, but it's really trying to put Wild 9 off the scent, I think, that he's holding that spammy Arcanist. But
Wild 9 doesn't
unfortunately,
care?
I don't think Wild 9 could play into it if he wanted to.
No.
Except for maybe hero powering, but
There's a big minion there.
I think we're going to see a Desperation Lieutenant here. I think that's the only way out.
That's
Nope, we're gonna go for the Arcanist here and hope for no Battle Master. So the double poke, but yeah, second authority.
that
Man,
should be called what's it called? Defile.
yeah. Alrighty.
3/4 defile.
Yeah. I think here,
Hit for 10 and go for another blessing.
I think so. You expose yourself a little bit to Lieutenant, but they need more.
Family.
I think that Wild 9 is just continuing to play around the Lieutenant.
Oh, he's putting the noble mount on the 11.
Mhm. Yeah. So, at this point, but there's the Iron Bark. The technology pays off. We'll see if the 50-50 can work out, but that Iron Bark was a very, very clutch draw off the top. Because if Memnarch didn't find that, I don't think there was any way out of this.
15 damage with only 4 health. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
Sorry, 16. My math is bad.
Oh, well. It's going to be more damage in a second. Don't worry about it. But Iron Bark's going to make some Trog. And I don't even know if there's a way out at all, since the Blessing of Authority is in hand to buff the second Trog to clear off the 4/8.
Oh, it goes for the middle one instead. That is awesome.
Yeah, well, I don't think that outcome mattered at all. I don't think Memnarch had any options that turn.
Yeah, I would agree. It's just unfortunate to see the middle one get taken, but Wild 9 coming in with the big the buff shaman or the hand buff shaman or paladin. God, shaman's in the brain.
So now we'll see which deck will Memnarch bring into the Hunter, and it is the Druid.
Class is in session.
Right.
Back with Druid.
We're back with Spammy Arcanist. That's actually a very tough hand for Memnarch to make choices on. Wild 9, I think, will probably choose to go a little lower, but Memnarch, all of those cards have merit to keep, but I could see mulliganing them away as well. I mean, since you want Guff so badly and Overgrowth as well, but all of these cards can help you stabilize early against Hunter.
Apologize to our viewers. We had the wrong class up there for Memnarch, but we all know we played Hearthstone long enough. All right, 2-1 for Wild 9 using Hunter.
Yeah.
Versus Druid. So.
Nope.
Resizing pouch early for
Commander Fate. I think spending the Nature Studies discount there was a bit risky, but I think Memnarch was hoping for something a little bit more impactful early than Arbor Up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I think is going to be an interesting question here is if Memnarch does not have a hero power, well, he won't have a chance to hero power that Wolpertinger. That's a ramming mount now. But Wild 9's hand is a little bit slow and actually doesn't represent much pressure. All of that's burn that doesn't deal repeated damage, so it seems like Memnarch might have a few turns to get his act together and find some ramp.
He was looking hard at spending all his mana, all his 3 mana
Fictions.
Yeah.
on the force.
Honestly, with this sort of hand, if you can get to Cenarian Ward, I think it's a valid choice. So
Does he
we're going
go
to
for
see it. Does he find the way to kill the Wolpertinger? Absolutely grimy. This is what separates the Pro League from the rest of ours. Well,
He's doing it.
Memnarch took a calculated risk there, and it more than paid off. So I think here, if I'm Wild 9, I probably like the True Aim Crescent Hero power play. Lets you push another 2 damage with the Ramming Mount and clear off the Ibis. And keep your 2/2 around.
Wild 9. Kind of a weird choice he's got. Crescent is 1.
Yep. I think this is the correct play. Lets the Ram attack the face and trade into Ibis with immunity. I like the Ramming Mouse design. It's really unique, and I think it makes for some interesting play.
It does, yep.
All right, we'll probably see the hit into the face here. Wasn't sure if Memnarch would want to set up the spammy Arcanist the following turn.
Hungry, aren't ya?
But it looks like we're instead going to see Arbor Up, which doesn't look good into a Rhino. That's a nasty draw from Wild 9. All right. And yeah, that's not going to do it. We're going to get to see the Rhino feast and push another 8 damage. So Memnarch can be down to 8 life. And with that Hand of Burn.
Ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Wild 9's going to play this a little bit differently. Chooses to keep the Rhino around for some added pressure.
No heal, but lots of armor potential for Druid. That rush.
Yeah. I was actually incorrect there. I forgot that the True Aim Crescent ordering is not based on minion ordering on the board, but played. So Wild 9 actually could not have set that up.
Right. I have to remind myself every time, too. There's a player in THL, Alien Santa, that's trying to coach it, but he's played Hunter so many times he knows exactly what the mechanic does. So.
All right. Well, is this lethal? We have 8 damage in hand plus 5. That's a wrap if Wild 9 sees it. Well, not even 5. You have 6 on board with the bow, quick shot, hero power does the job.
Yep. 6 and 6 equals 13, right?
Well, we have 3, hero power makes 8, 11, 13. Yeah, this is done.
Right.
A little bit of extra.
He's just double checking, making sure.
Yep.
3, 6, 79, 10, 11, 12.
We all miss sometimes.
And that's it.
Wild 9 takes it.
Yeah.
3-1.
Well, quite the series. I was hoping to see a little bit more out of Memnarch's Druid, and I think the Priest might have been the most compelling matchup for that, but well, in the end, Wild 9 comes out on top, and it seems like that preparation into Poison Rogue paid off, even if the hard target wasn't quite completed.
All right. Wild 9 is able to join us here, so here we go. Setting that up. Want to thank all the players there for getting on stream. So that's Mojo Powell and Judo Chop. So congrats to Judo Chop winning. And we have Wild 9 and Memnarch. So Wild 9, congrats on your win tonight, bud.
Thanks.
Fellow
Congrats.
49er fan.
Yeah, go Niners.
Congratulations. And having been in Memnarch's seat last week, it was a lot more fun to watch from here. I could say that was a blast to watch, and I really liked the lineup. It seemed like you had that read on Poison Rogue, and you were really able to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, his Poison Rogue did get the win, though, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think he basically brought pretty similar stuff that he brought the week before. I don't know if it was like the same 120, but I know that they were pretty similar. And then he also submitted after like his teammates, and they seem to bring similar archetypes. So I don't know. I took a gamble, like bringing Shadow Priest and weird stuff too, like the Buff Pally too. Not really meta stuff, but stuff that does well into what I thought I would see. So
yeah. Well, it really seemed to pay off, and even though the game plan just didn't quite work out against the Rogue, I think that all the deck building choices really showed themselves off there. Like the Mutinous, the Cariel, like even without the healing from a card like Libram of Hope, you still put so much pressure on Memnarch's win condition. And he had it by 1 damage, but if you had any more early game, it could have gone the other way.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure like after turn 6 or so, I don't think there's any way for me to win that game unless Memnarch misplays. I think, like I kept going back in my head, like, is there any way for me to like even? It's really interesting that he just kind of lets me eat stuff with the Mutinous, because I'm fairly certain he just gets there anyway with like Cloak, and the Scabs, and I just can't quite outrange the damage. I don't know. There might have been another line where I needed to heal earlier, but I didn't expect to get the Mutinous to hit on anything. I just assumed that he would always trade those back into the deck to protect them because he has my deck list. So, so I was kind of surprised, and I didn't really consider that line. Like, oh, like what if he lets me Mutinous twice, right? And not just once, but twice. So I guess I didn't really plan ahead for that. And so let my health kind of get down because I had Lifesteal in hand, but never really pulled the trigger until it was basically too late, until he was Cloak, Scabs. And yeah.
I don't really think, like, just from watching it, I think the hold the line was just so tough to fit in. And I think, I'm not sure if you caught it, but you noticed the Swindle only drew 1 card. You had that full information on the Mutinous.
Yeah, that's why I thought that he would throw it back, but he never did. So I'm like, okay, I guess I actually much preferred to get the spell damage one the first time around, because I think that would have probably changed my play the second time around. But since I got the weapon destruction, I was like, okay, I guess we have to carry all, and then I guess we eat the second one, even though I wasn't sure, but I didn't think that was an out either. So, and it turned out, yeah, like he had lethal.
Yeah, I think you needed to see a Righteous Protector or some sort of taunt minion earlier in the game just to stave off that damage.
Yeah, the draws were pretty rough. Like, I was pretty frustrated that basically I only had, basically 4 drops in hand for the most part. So,
and one last question. I know you said that you had brought some non-traditional stuff, but just looking at Memnarch's list, like the exclusion of Ramming Mount in the Hunter and the exclusion of Knowles in the Poison Rogue, made it really seem like he was expecting a more controlling lineup from you. Is aggro really something that you don't commonly bring, or do you think that Memnarch should maybe have paid it a little more respect?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what his read was, or whether he was just like, oh, these are, he just wants to play those 4 decks, which is fine as well. Like, I think people approach Pro very differently, and I've seen, like, I remember Liquidox, there was one year where I feel like he brought the same 4 decks for like weeks, like 5-6 weeks or something ridiculous, and he was winning over and over.
He was like 10-1, I think, that season. So
yeah, and like he basically was just like, yeah, I'm gonna bring this, you can counter it, I guess, but I'm just gonna outplay you, So like, I just feel like, yeah, like different people have different ways of thinking about it. Like I've seen a lot of pro players, or players in pro play, they'll bring 3 decks and just change 1 or something like that. So I don't know if it was necessary. I thought my sense is it was more that line, not necessarily trying to read anything into what I was bringing. I feel like I bring different decks every week, so it's pretty hard to just be sure. I also remember thinking that last week I did bring a lineup that was already pretty good. Like if I just brought the same lineup, it would have been pretty good into what Memnarch was bringing. So I think that he probably just thought I'd probably switch it up or something like that, which is a reasonable assumption. And I didn't end up bringing any, maybe one of the same decks or two, but did go for like, just kind of went all in so that I had decks that could both beat Poison Rogue, but also beat Face Hunter essentially.
Well, I think you definitely got there on that. And I think that, the Priest especially just being able to jump on the board with the Defias Lepers. And I really liked the play you made with the Og Merchant and Trog. I think that was a clever line. And I know that Saku and I didn't latch on to that one until we actually saw it hit the board.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, there was definitely a line where I just go all face, and I kept thinking about it like that might be the right line, but this one's also really safe. Like I know he's got Rhino in hand. Like it just felt like I don't think there's any way out at all. But maybe both lines had no way out at that point, like for all I know.
Definitely.
But it just meant like, it just seemed like, oh, I can get value here. And yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like it made sense in my mind. So I was like, okay.
It made sense to us too. It looked like a good game plan and, well executed one too.
Thanks.
Got it. So any future plans? I mean, your points are points for the team. You guys are unfortunately behind the 8-ball there with regards to 12-2 currently.
Well, I know
group?
that Chester did win. I believe he won 3-2 though. Okay. So and anyway, I would have had to sweep to have any chance to tie, right?
Right. Yeah.
That didn't happen either.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, I think our team is pretty chill. Like, we are in it to practice essentially, and there's so many great players to play against. And it's definitely different than Legacy, just because they're both conquests, but the open format and the week-to-week submissions, I think, is definitely a different thought process and a different kind of preparation. So it's just fun to play against good players and just kind of learn. And I think that's kind of where our team is at for this season, certainly.
Yeah, it's almost like I don't know if you play pool or billiards. Billiards is just you're playing against a great player in Memnarch who's been around for 100 million years and knows the game inside and out from the wild side and from standard. It's like, okay, I play this guy. If I make one mistake, that's it. I'm done. So just because of the player skill as well as the thought process is going through it as well. So.
Yeah, I mean he's 4-0 up till this week, right? So I mean,
that's right.
He's obviously doing really well.
Put that feather in your hat, buddy. Let's go.
No, I mean he's a great player.
He is.
He played really well. The way he navigated the Poison Rogue too, like
yeah,
I really was. I mean, in the moment, I wasn't sure, but then once I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's very possible that Mutinous was just a trap there, and there's really zero way for me to win on that line. Yeah. So I kind of realized that at the end, like. But I thought it was really interesting. Like it was just an interesting line from Memnarch that I think obviously worked out, right?
Yeah, and that's what Dankus Dad and I were. Dankus Dad was doing the math, and it was like, okay, judging by Wild Nine's reaction, he's like, does he have me? I could see you counting on your fingers, like, okay, yeah, I think he may, or maybe one off, but.
And I think from up in the caster booth, it looked like you mitigated as much damage as you possibly could have with the Mutinous line. Like as you took it, it just was, I think that just with that early start, I don't think there was any coming back from it once the weapon got too many hits in.
Yeah, it's just Poison Rogue, right? Doing Poison Rogue things. Like I just was so surprised because I really thought there was a line there for me to get out of that, but I kind of realized as I was counting, I was like, man, I don't think there was a line like on the path I took, but I agree. I'd have to go back and look because it might not have been, the line probably started way back in like turn 4, which means that I probably had there's nowhere near enough foresight to see that I had to take some kind of different play, like playing buffs instead, for example, right? Which just wasn't the line I took.
Yeah. So, all right. Any final words before we let you go to have a good part of your evening?
No, nothing final, I guess. Just a good game to Memnarch, and thanks to you guys for casting and everything. It's always nice to be able to play on stream.
Yeah, we love having you, and obviously, I just wanted to actually chime in to see if there was anything going on Saturday that was mentioned through chat. I've just taken a quick look in THL Discord. Didn't see any matches lined up for Saturday night.
No, I don't think there are any.
Okay, so if anybody's interested in doing Saturday nights matches, try and hit me up. I'm going to be doing another stream early part of the day, but I think I can squeeze in a match. So
You're not watching the Niners?
I'll have that right beside me, ready to go.
Multitasking.
That's
nice.
right. That's right. So
Well, I can say I won't be watching the Patriots. That's for sure.
yeah, unfortunately they got a little Buffalo. Got
Yeah.
buffaloed. So
Just a smidge.
just a touch. But, yeah. All right, Wild Nun, you have yourself a great night. Thanks for joining
Yeah,
us.
you
Congrats
guys
on the
too.
win.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Congratulations.
All right, great guy. Also an op, obviously, for Saturday nights every couple weeks. So that pretty much brings our stream to a close. Other than making a quick announcement on anybody that's interested in doing any being on stream during the daytime. We have Schoolstone open on Saturdays and Sundays between 2 and 4. And we do have 2 matches on Sunday, which is going to be 8 o'clock match with Eternal versus Two Fly, and then we're also having the 9 o'clock match with Chewbacca versus Diamond. So both of those, I believe, are Legacy. So if you want to tune in, you can tune in on Sunday as well as catching some of the NFL games. So
A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, any final words from your first experience there with casting?
Well, I can say it was a great first time. Thanks for having me on, Saku. It was a lot of fun. And, while I like playing in the games, I think it's also a lot of fun to, take this outside perspective and, really get to enjoy it without the pressure. And, I hope the viewers out there feel the same way.
Exactly. So, and any new players that have tuned into the games tonight, if you're interested in playing in THL, just feel free to look us up on either Twitter or Discord, or you can go into teamhearthleague.com and check that as well and see what's going on. And right now we're in the middle of the season, so you just have to keep an eyeball out for when the new season starts. We usually announce it on Twitter. So after that will pretty much end it for the evening. So I want to wish everybody thank you for coming online. Thank you for all the players for being on tonight as well, and congrats to the winners. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.